So
Yeah.
to someone who is seeing you for the first time here on the Voices podcast, what would you tell them? Who is you that we are seeing here? I don't want to say the name. Who is you,
Yeah.
and what do you do, and what do you think? It's very important for people to watch and listen to what we're going to be talking about here.
All right. Thank you so much. First of all, I really appreciate the opportunity to be having this conversation. So first of all, I like to keep it simple because I'm a simple man. I mean, I'm a humble man, but humility is not simplicity. So I'm not simple. Right.
I agree.
My name is Theophilus Mark Davis, and I'm mostly known as Coach Mark, making a change. All right. That's who I am, and I'm a leadership and business coach. I'm also a sales consultant, and yeah, I love conversations around purpose, around life, business, and everything that brings development to the African continent. Yeah, I'm an African, a Pan-African for that matter, and I really, really love we Africans. I want to see the best for us. Now, why should you listen to this conversation? There's a tendency for people to feel lost in the midst of so many people, right? Usually, we want to do what we see others doing. We really don't identify ourselves, and you cannot thrive while being the crowd. You have to stand out from the crowd to be able to excel.
That's key.
Yeah. So imagine you're among 1,000 of people. The tendency for someone to pick you out from those 1,000 number of people is very hard.
Very hard, yeah.
But imagine you stepping out of the crowd, wearing something different that really stands you out. Now, it gives you the opportunity to be seen,
to be identified.
Sure. Yeah, and I believe everyone was created for a purpose. Everyone has a reason why they are here on the face of the earth. So if you must actualize that which you have been placed for, then you must be set apart. So if you are here today listening to us, you're definitely going to learn one or two from purpose.
No, I'm actually feeling like myself, I'm going to be learning a lot from this. Looking at the fact that we, as you mentioned, we really have this challenge where we are in a crowd.
Yeah.
We are into many things.
Yeah.
We've not isolated ourselves so we can stand out.
Yeah.
And in that point, you stay in that crowd, in that, a lot of things that you're into.
Confused,
and then
distracted.
Distracted, confused. Yeah. And then at the end of it, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So, are you from Kigali? Are you a Rwandan?
Okay, so I try to act like a Rwandan, but still they...
No. No.
They still catch me. They still find out.
Of course, we are all Africans, and we all subscribe to, to one continent. And,
right.
I strongly believe that we all trace from one origin.
True.
That is, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Agree or not.
Yeah.
I
agree.
We all trace from one origin.
Yeah.
And, whoever divided us and made us who we are, it's up to them. But the truth is, we are one. But of course, going with what they put in place, everyone has where he or she comes from.
True.
So that's why I ask the question is that where do you come from? Are you from Kigali? Are you from, other parts of the world?
Yeah. So, like he said, we are all Africans, but specifically, I'm from West Africa, Liberia.
Oh, you're from
a country called Liberia.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. So, what are you doing in Kigali? Are you doing business? Are you a student?
Okay.
Are you having I don't know.
All right. So
for the better understanding of the person you are with.
Sure, absolutely. So why should you even listen to me? Yeah, you have to know me, of course.
That's
it. So first of all, like I said, my name is Theophilus Mike Davis. I came as a student originally, to Rwanda. And I did my bachelor's studies here in Rwanda.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah. I got a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship, development, and management from Ines Ruhengeri.
Oh wow!
In Musanze. Yeah, I spent a lot of years in Musanze.
Wow!
Yeah.
You already a Rwandan man? So how long have you been here? Like how many years have you been
going
here?
to 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a long time, man. Yeah. That's a long time going for sure. You've become really part of the. You can, I think, speak Kinyarwanda.
At least, gache.
Gache. So I like it. So today we were saying, as you mentioned in your introduction, that some people don't know who they are, and they're in the crowd, and even if they give you a test to go find someone, you can't find them.
Yeah.
And that, to someone who is listening, we don't want you to think that we are just looking at identifying you, but we're looking at who or what describes you.
Right.
We want to talk about what describes you.
I like that.
You like it?
Yeah, I like that. Like when you listen to my introduction, right, I guess you may have captured something. I said my name is Theophilus Mark Davis, commonly known as Coach Mark, making a change.
Oh, Coach Mark, making a
change.
Wow, that's it.
Now, my name is Mark. It was given by my parents, right? And it just means the son of. So Mark Davis, it means the son of David, all right? Now, I personally decided to brand myself based on what I want people to perceive me by and who I want to be, even subconsciously. So MAC, like MacBook, right? MAC, I name it making a change. So this is something I identify by, I describe myself as to ensure that I'm consciously, being intentional about the life I'm living, that if my life is not about change, then I'm not living the right life. I have to put myself back on track. So it's really about that. You have to describe yourself in a way where you want to be conscious about and branded, the way you want people to perceive you. So it's very important for you to have an identity that really correlates with your value, with what you want to do, with, So I'm even thinking about updating the name. The meaning of the name.
Really?
Yeah. From making a change to making audacious changes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's something I'm thinking about.
Why do you think? Now, I'll ask you 2 questions. Number 1, why do you think it's very important for people to know themselves, self-awareness?
Yeah.
And second question, why is it hard for people to identify themselves?
All right. First of all, why do I think people should know themselves? Right? Was that?
Yes. Why is it important?
Yeah. Why is it important? Now, self-awareness is important because, of course, you're living among many people. Now, do you know the reason why we are named by our parents is to describe us and separate us from among the crowd?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day...
It's part of identification as well.
Right. At the end of the day, we're not just going to be around our families that will know us very well. We're going to be around billions of people that are in the world, right? More especially with the globalization and everything. So, first of all, it's important to be identified, to know yourself, because you're going to be in the midst of everyone, right? Stepping out of the crowd, being unique. Very powerful word.
But being unique. If you say being unique, that means you've gone beyond to who you are and you're making yourself unique. But I think before someone becomes unique, that's how I perceive it. You correct me if I'm wrong. But before you identify yourself and be unique, I don't know. How should I bring this one? How should I identify myself?
Okay.
What are the strategies? Because now we are giving free consultation,
Right.
This is a free lecture.
Right.
I want you to help someone who is going to, let's say 1 or 2, 3 people who will be able to watch this conversation.
Yeah.
How would I identify myself and get to know myself? Because the truth is, you cannot be who you're not.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people are struggling with today.
Yes. Yeah. So inside you, there's that real you.
Yeah.
And there's that real thing you can do. There's that real capacity you have.
Yeah.
But to someone who is now grappling and struggling with that, how do they identify themselves? Is there a process? Is there a way,
Yeah, from I'm going to share from my own experience, right? So, first of all, I'm a Christian, so I'm going to speak more in a way that I have experienced it, right? So I believe strongly that self-awareness starts with identifying your purpose. To be able to be enlightened, right? We know about the Johari's window. There are some things that are unknown to us, unknown to others. There are some things that are unknown to ourselves, but then known to others. There are some things that are known to us, but unknown to others. And there are things that are known to others and to ourselves, right? So there is that tendency of what you know, your knowledge and your ignorance, right? So being self-aware starts with you understanding what others don't even understand about you.
Being self-aware.
Yeah.
It starts with understanding
what others do not even understand
about
about you. Because you have the task to make them to understand what you want them to understand about you. All right? So if I'm going in my own experience, right, it all begins with I understanding that the word was created. And if the word was created, then there is a manufacturer. Now, see it like this, right? A manufacturer manufactures a product. The product, he wants the product to be successful. He made the product with an inherent mindset of wanting this product to be identified in a specific way and stand out so that it can be sold.
And competitive on the market.
And competitive, right? Competitive, right? Yeah. So therefore, in that itself, right, the manufacturer creates the product, create what we call the manual, and place it in the package so that if you receive the package, you can be able to read what is there. All right? In what the product gives you, what are some of the benefits, what are some of the things that you're supposed to know.
Let's call it maybe a product manual.
Yes, the product manual. Yeah. Right? So that I believe, in my case, it was the Bible, because I read the Bible a lot and I actually discover myself from the Bible. Now, to make it more practical for everyone, because of course, not everyone is going to discover their purpose like that. I feel like here are ways to discover this part of you, right, that is unknown to you currently. Number one, everyone was created with an inherent ability.
That's
or
true.
Set of inherent abilities.
That's true.
Potentials, talents, skills, gifts. You must have something inside of you. So if you have that, firstly, try to discover that. What is it? Try to identify it. For example, you may have a good voice and you sing well. So that pushes you, or that tells you something about your purpose, right? That's the first thing. It's not the only thing, but it's the first thing. Because what you truly love, you won't get bored doing it because you love it and you don't even really care about what you're getting out of it, first of all, right? Something that you spend time to doing and you never feel bored. Because you have it inherently and you do it so effortlessly, right? So that's one thing that points you to your purpose. It's called potential, right?
Potential, yeah.
Now, the second P, there's another P, and is what we call passion, right? So now you have set of potential. You have different things. And sometimes people get confused because you have so many things that you can do. For example, me, I'm a writer, I'm a singer, I'm a coach. I also love football. I love so many things, right? So all of these things are different skills, different talents. Now, how can you merge them? But we'll get there. Now, your passion now will differentiate different potentials and make you to know which one you can actually push towards. What are you passionate about naturally? What do you spend time doing, right? For example, I love singing so much till there was a time I spent 16 hours just practicing music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's passion. That's unmeasurable desire towards something, right? So that desire is one thing you should look out for. What are you passionate about?
I try to mean that if my passion is, let's say, football, out of all other abilities that I have, I should focus on the passion.
Focus on the passion. Now we will talk about another part which will balance everything. But then primarily, if football is what you're passionate about, you want to focus on it. You want to develop in it. By the way, there is the natural talent. There is the natural ability. But then there is the nurtured ability. So you have to nurture your talent now to become excellent in it, right? Then there where the profitability side will come in, but we'll talk about that, right? So potential, passion. Now another P, if you want to discover your purpose, is pain. Your pain. Now, tell me your success story if you want to brag. But tell me your scars and your pain if you want to motivate me, if you want to inspire me. A lot of times we don't notice this, but the reason why we have a lot of products today is because of the pain that those people, those founders,
manufacturers, and
experienced.
Yes, experienced.
Right? So your pain pushes you a lot. Let me give you a story of a man, a Nigerian man. He grew up being very poor. He struggled so much, being in an environment wherein all you saw were power and tapper, people just losing their lives in the community. You see nothing else. You have never seen story building. You're never seeing things, that can challenge you. So your entire mindset, of course, is customized by your environment, right? This person grew up in a very hard reality. They were not even able to go to the university because they never had the funds to do so. But they started something. They challenged themselves to push for greatness in life, and then subsequently they landed on a job that really, really helped them, not just monetarily or financially, but then also equipped their mind. So they were able to be linked with a business institution that were training people in leadership and communication. And then this person grew up. They became the lead coach at some point.
Wow.
Yeah. Now the person established their own program and several other programs. And then because they were not able to go to the university, they established a foundation that will send people that were struggling and not able to go to the university. Do you see where his purpose came from? Pain. What are things you're struggling with? And a lot of times, businesses are established by pinpoints, right? Things that we see around us, they're not going, accordingly. We try to create the solutions to those problems. So your pain will push you to identifying your purpose.
So ability, you call it purpose?
Potential?
Potential,
passion,
and pain.
Pain.
Potential, passion, and pain.
Yeah. Another P now is what we also call profitability. Yeah. Of course, you don't just want to be passionate about something and then you don't try to balance to see how best is also giving you income. So you have to monetize, of course, whatever you're going to be doing at the end of the day, because you want to survive. You cannot make impact if you're not firstly surviving. Right?
You have to first survive then.
You have to first survive to be able to make sustainable impact. So therefore, a person must also go towards profitability. What I have this talent of football. Will it be profitable to me? If not, then you have to now evaluate your decision.
Sure.
Right? So there's all of those consideration. There is potential, there is passion, there is pain, then there's profitability. But then the last one I want to talk about, and this is specifically to people that are spiritual, right? Yeah. If the manufacturer is the one that created the product, then he must have known so much about the product he has created. So what if we can pray about these things and also get an understanding from the creator, from the manufacturer? I believe that the manual, for me, I'm a Christian, so I believe that the manual is the Bible. You may believe something else, but we can all agree that there is a script and there is something to follow, right? And if we actually get vulnerable with the creator, we can get a lot of things from him, right? So if you have those 5 P's, you're good to go. Wow. You can discover your purpose and set yourself apart. Yeah.
Wow, that's really wonderful. So after setting yourself apart, I want us to talk about someone has discovered the career, because now I want us to be, practical in this.
Yeah.
We assume that someone tries to identify him or herself so that they can stand out because they want to focus on that purpose.
Yeah.
And build themselves.
Yeah.
After you've discovered yourself, after you've, done all the 5 P's, and now you know what to focus on, what are some of the challenges that keeps us in the same position?
Yeah.
Even after we've discovered ourselves.
Right. So this is very dear to my heart, because I feel like whenever you understand why this thing is not working, then you're already one step ahead to solving that problem.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
But that's true. That's true for sure. Yeah.
So these are some of the things that keep us stuck, that hinder us from living a purposeful life. Number 1 is pride. Pride. Now, my definition of pride is not the religious one, right? My definition of pride is simply not being teachable. Not having the ability to learn from others or learn from things around you. You see, creation is built in such a way wherein lessons are drawn from them every day. They are teaching us every day. Do you know why we experience things like hurricanes, typhoon, and all of those things? It's because we're not listening to creation.
What do you mean?
All right. For example, why are you building a house beside the sea? Now, someone may say, because of the view, because of this, because of that, right?
So it's okay if you are near the sea when then you wait and suffer for the consequences.
Indeed.
Now I get
it. Indeed.
Yes.
Creation is speaking to us. There are things that we're not supposed to do. There are things we're supposed to do. All right? So if we don't listen to creation, then creation reacts. So we experience all of these natural disasters, the flood, right? The hilltops, the landslides, and all of those other natural disasters that happens. I'm glad that Africa, we are so blessed as a continent. We don't really experience so much of this compared to the other parts of the world. But I'm telling you, we have to listen to creation. Now, pride. If we can't listen to creation, we can listen to people around us. We can listen to learn from the things that we're seeing around us every day. It becomes a problem, right? Then, obviously, we're not going to strongly live in purpose. We're not going to even identify ourselves. Because every day we're learning something new. And you see that the process of discovering your purpose is not a one-day thing. It's not even a 1 year thing. All right? It's a gradual process. So therefore, you have to be very, very intentional about what you're doing. Now, another thing I would like to talk about, right, is inferiority complex. This is big. This is very big. Most especially, I've been in Rwanda for close to 4 years. I've seen this a lot. And I'm speaking directly to Rwandans. To play safe is not being smart. To play safe is not being wise. The quiet person in the room is not the smartest. I don't know where you got that. But I've seen a lot of times Rwandans are very smart people, but they fail to speak when they're needed to. They fail to put themselves out there, trying to play safe, trying to feel like, okay, I'm the good guy. But
why do you think so? What have you discovered? Why do people want to play safe, especially people in Rwanda? Because now, if you're saying it's a problem. If you think you've identified it and discovered it, it's a problem. If you have 20 people in a room and you yourself, this person is smart enough to take on this, and the same person is really scared and, trying to pull themselves out of the roles. And you keep asking yourself, why? Why? So what do you think majority of us play safe?
So it's firstly a mindset thing, right? It's firstly the fear of failing. You feel like when you speak, you're going to make some mistakes. You feel like when you put yourself out there, what if I'm not the best? What if there are others in the room that can do this better than me? I give you an example of Nigerians, Kenyans, maybe I can also say Liberians, few of them that I know. Sometimes we do things audaciously. There are some people that will start something without even having all of the clues. But they do it.
But of course, Mark Zuckerberg said it, that there's no idea that comes out fully formed.
True.
The idea gets better as it's worked on.
Absolutely. And Steve Jobs also said, you don't connect the dots looking forward. You connect it looking backward. When you are setting place, you're able to look back and be like, this was why this happened to me. This was why. Then you can be able to connect the dots. So therefore, I think number one is the mindset of feeling fearful. So there is the tendency to choose from what you actually want to view life. So you can view life by anticipating, or you can view life by being anxious. And they are both the way you're viewing life. All right. You can choose faith, you can choose fear. All right. So a lot of people will choose anxiety rather because is the norm. Right? People feel like playing safe is good. Right? Even when you want to start a business, you calculate the risks and everything. You see, like, wait.
And you're not sure whether it will work or not because you can't.
Yes. Of course, you want to know until you try.
You want to know until you try.
Yes. So, I think it's a mindset problem. But then I also think it can be faced.
How would you fix it? If, let's say, because now our podcast is mainly on educating people and helping people, inspire people and enlighten people to wake up and do stuff.
Right.
If there's one person who perhaps is watching or listening that is having that character of inferiority and feeling like, I'm not enough, I can't do this, I want to start a business, I've tried to start, but starting has, I've failed to start. The action is not happening. What would you tell this person to, do, or how do someone gain the confidence to get out of that shell and go out and work?
I like the word you use, how can they gain the confidence?
Yes.
Now, confidence is a perception. Mm-hmm. Now, do you know that a lot of people do things while still fearing? It's called courage. It's not the absence of fear. Mm-hmm. It's even though there is fear, mm-hmm. I'm still stepping up to do it. Mm-hmm. So, you see, if you understand that confidence is a perception, then you will act confident even if you're not.
Wow.
Now, let me say this, right? The things that you believe about yourself, the things that you know about yourself, they are different, belief and knowledge, right? So the things you know about yourself and the thing that you think you know about yourself. Now, first thing, confidence is built by competence. If you know that you know, or you think you know. And then lack of confidence comes in when you believe that you don't know and you know that you don't know.
And then you work upon it.
And yeah.
And then you have to work upon it and you build it.
Right.
Failure to know that you're not worthy or confident will deny you the reality of looking forward to be confident.
True.
Okay.
True. So when we believe that what we are doing makes sense, that the message that we are going to give is important, then fear leaves. Fear eradicates. But if we feel like what we are going to say, two things, it's not really going to make sense, or I am not the best person
to say
it, then it becomes a problem. All right? So the way we perceive things, right, is like our mind is usually capture images. For example, if you're saying something to me, right, I'm not just listening to the words that you speak, but rather I'm trying to interpret them into images, right? It's called conception. So sometimes the way we think about ourselves is why stop us from doing some things.
So the moment I wake up and say, I'm able.
You will. You are the only one stopping yourself.
This was made for me.
Yeah.
I'm the best in this.
You will.
Then I'll do it.
You will.
Is that
actually, whatever you tell yourself is right. If you tell yourself that you can do it, you're right. If you tell yourself you can't, you're also right. So it's just about you, right? So if you want to step out of inferiority complex.
But I can tell myself that I can do it, but I don't have the ability to do it.
All right. That's the point.
Because that's possible.
That's where
for instance, let me give you a simple example. Maybe I might tell myself, I think I can be one of the best footballers in Kigali, soccer players in town.
Yeah.
But looking at myself, I'm not talented in football.
Okay.
I've not played football before.
Yeah.
So simply I'm lying to myself. But what would make me do it is knowing that if you want to be the best footballer, you have to do A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
Even when you've not done it. Now, there I agree with you, because you might, once you're sure that you don't have A, B, C, D that qualifies to be this, then you work upon this and become that. So, for sure, I think it's true when you tell yourself that I can do this, even in absence of reality.
Yeah.
Then you can do it.
Okay, so let me harper on that example you give of a young guy wanting to be a footballer, right? And you want to be one of the best in Kigali City. Now, you are not yet. If you tell yourself that you are, listen, it's be, do, and then have. It's not the other way around. A lot of people want to just have things.
No, you have to be, do, and
you
then.
have to be first or become. And being first starts with the mind. So you have to think it. I have a quote that says, your mentality gives birth to your actuality and subsequently becomes your reality. That's what you think. It's what you will do. And what you do is who you become. All right? So, and what you also will have in terms of properties and all of those things. Now, coming back to this young man wanting to be a great footballer, the first thing, you may not have all of the tools you need, and no one has all of the tools that they need. All right? Because a lot of times we look at what we have in terms of talent. We also look at the company we're keeping, the people that are around us that are there to fuel. We also look at tools and all of things, to enhance this particular aspect of us. So, first of all, I will put myself in an environment of soccer players. I've already told myself I can do it. So I'll put myself among soccer players that are at premium level. Now, the next thing I will do is I will make sure my time, my energy, my resources are dedicated to everything soccer. You see, now it changes now because you have already told yourself that you can do it. But imagine if you tell yourself you can do it and you don't even try. You abort your chances to what you can become. That's how many people are living today. Inferiority complex and solitary confinement. All right? So this is a serious thing.
Seriously, that brings me to this. What do you think makes the less... Do you think that corresponds to what makes the less talented people going further and the more talented remaining behind? Does that correspond to that?
Not necessarily, but I think I can create
because
a kind
now
of
the
correlation.
Question was why do we sometimes, like, I'll give you an example. Cristiano Ronaldo says it. He said it many times. He was not the best talented man.
Yeah.
But he worked harder on that.
True.
He multiplied this talent he had. Like if he had like 10% of the talent, he did 90%.
Right.
So, but more often we see many people who are less talented going further and the ones we consider to be talented remaining behind. Okay,
yeah, I can agree that it can correlate. For example, right, a person who's talented and failed to take action. You are a coach and you're not putting yourself out there. You're not making any, you like no one knows you until you make yourself known. Right? No one sees you until you make yourself seeable. Online presence and all of those things, we come to digital marketing and all of those things, right? But for a person that is talented and refuse to act on the talent, you may be lagging behind because at the end of the day, hard work will always be talent. Hard work that is talented, at least have an iota of talent, not right.
Yeah, it's better to have
not a hard work without any talent, right? Because you have to work on something. So a hard work with a little iota of talent will always beat a super talented person. So it's not about how much you're talented. It's about, are you willing to act on that talent and make it the best and put yourself out there? There are a lot of people that are not even doing things up to what you know. There are a lot of people that are doing things out there that don't even know up to what you know, but they are making thousands and millions of dollars doing what they think they know. Wow. And they are right because they think it.
That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
So in the era of today, knowing yourself, identifying yourself, and working upon yourself, and pushing yourself harder to do good does not make you rich, does not make you free, does not make you financially free. And I believe no one out there that is not looking out to be financially free. All of us, we are up to that.
Absolutely.
We are up to two things. Health and wealth.
Yeah, sure.
And when you look at that, I mean, the world has changed so bad in a way that someone wakes up tomorrow and becomes rich after just doing one thing. I mean, someone wakes up, use AI, and or maybe someone wakes up, is an IT, comes up with an app, or develops an AI tool, and is a billionaire next
yeah.
2 years.
Sure.
And of course, people who are using these AI tools in a good way are earning a lot from them.
Mm-hmm.
So today, the conventional way of becoming rich has totally changed.
Absolutely.
You can identify yourself, you can describe yourself, you can know your purpose, you can be self-aware.
Yeah.
But that will not qualify to becoming successful in life.
Yeah.
So today, how would you advise someone with all what is happening? After you've identified yourself, you've self-aware, and you know everything about yourself, and you know what you want to do, and you've started it, you're now working towards being successful in that, then going forward, what is it required today to tap into the billions of people who are making a fortune from the new developments that the world has brought to us?
Right. I like where the conversation is going. I like to talk about wealth so much, right?
Really?
Absolutely.
So
now, first of all, just to clear the air, success is perceived differently. But I want to tell you, generally, whatever your definition of success may be, is not the same as fulfillment. So what purpose does is it gives you direction, and it gives you a little cream on the cake for fulfillment. So that you're not just doing things randomly to make the money, but rather you are doing things that are in line with your purpose that will fulfill you. Because there are a lot of successful people out there, go back home, close their door, and they start to cry. They start to break down.
100%. Yeah, I know. So many.
Right?
We know some.
Indeed. So let me first declare that side. Then now I can be very, very honest with you in terms of how you can tap into this, to this world of financial freedom, if you want to be financially free. Now, with the rise of AI, digital transformation, and all of these things we're seeing around us, I feel like it's easier now than before.
Yeah.
You have
it is easier now than before to be financially free.
Way.
Yeah, for sure.
So one of the ways,
and opportunities are enormous.
Absolutely. Now, I'm going to focus more on digital transformation and AI. With the whole rise of drop shipping, digital marketing, associate marketing. You literally you can be home, work from your home in another country, earn in dollars or earn in euros, earn in pounds, earn in whatever, and then
absolutely
and still be in your country, But these things, it takes time.
It takes time, strategy, and of course
a lot of efforts. And the problem with our generation is we want it easy and quick. You have to choose one.
You have to choose one for sure.
You either take it easy, and if you want it easy, then it must go. It will become easy per time. If you want it quick, then it won't be easy.
Sure.
They can't. Yeah. You want to say something?
I mean, I wanted to say that what you said is very true. Nothing comes just like that, even with the era of AI. Because now, let me tell you, I watched a conversation last 2 weeks where this lady who worked together with Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI, the so-called ChatGPT that owns ChatGPT, he was saying this man has been in Silicon Valley for more than 20 years.
Wow.
And people don't know that. He's been trying for years. He's tried so many startups.
Yes.
All failing.
Wow.
And then you see him right now with OpenAI skyrocketing and going over the whole world. And you say, people are getting rich very fast. Look at this man. He's now rich. This man has been there.
Yes.
Trying to code, doing everything every single day.
Yeah.
For years. True. And he has cracked the code in just 2024 or 2025.
Yeah.
And now you think, you know,
he came from the blue sky.
He came from the sky and then made it. No way. It is a result of hard work. It is a result of, continued working.
Yes.
So what you're saying is 100% true.
True.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you said you want to talk about digital marketing and these others,
Right. So you can tap into the global market. There are a lot of people out there that are today, even I know some Rwandans that are doing this. Like they are literally making some good money, right? So you can tap into that space where you are here in your country, you have remote jobs out there, maybe digital marketing, virtual assistant. You can, but firstly, you have to learn the skills. Because if you want money, just be valuable, and you will get
have
the
what
money,
you can
right?
offer.
Have what you can offer. Yeah. So if you build a very good online presence, LinkedIn, you're searchable at least. Even on ChatGPT, when you go there and just search Theophilus Mark Davis, you should be able to see something good from Theophilus Mark Davis at least, in terms of what he's doing, what change he's making, what he has to offer, and whatever. Right. So you must have online presence, value first, right? Be able to post a lot of valuable contents out there, right? People, even without selling, even without trying to get jobs,
so
right?
It's key to be noticeable as well.
Right. It actually is the game. Yeah. In the season
today
is the game.
Oh.
To be noticed. Look at influencers, by the way. People will spend a lot of dollars to just make themselves popular, to now start, being, sponsored by brands and other things, And this is how a lot of people are making it today.
That's true. I think that's really true. If you're popular today, people can easily trust you with their products. Yeah.
Absolutely. So it's really about building the presence first, being visible, being noticeable, being there in the space, in the eyes of everyone, right? Because you don't know who is watching. You don't know.
For sure.
I was telling someone the last time, and I really love what I do, right? For example, this was before I started taking my coaching business seriously. This was around 2020, 2021. I just used to post very valuable contents, I know, right? For example, talking about growth, talking about mindset, talking about transformation, talking about national transformation, how youth can get involved, how youth can get gingered to do, to contribute to the society, right? If every one of us, if we're participating towards the economy of Rwanda or the economy of Liberia, then something is working, all right? So with those kind of contents, putting out there. Also, I used to talk on some psychological things and some things that we deal with, that no one talks about, right? There was this guy that reached out to me in 2024 and told me that he was at the verge of committing suicide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.